beautiful printable called Happy Happy from Lipton. And what I normally do is I print 2 on a page. I select 2 on a page to make it slightly smaller so that it fits in my small Bible. And then, of course, it depends on where I'm using it. If I'm using it in a bigger Bible, I would use it in a bigger Bible. I select the verse that I'm using so that I don't paint over it, which I have been known to do. And the tape that you saw me putting at the back of the picture, it's just a fine liner that I'm using. I stickerize the back of the pictures with that double-sided tape. I'm using Distress Oxide ink. Debbie Mina taught me this very valuable tool of taking paper towel and cleaning your brushes off on that. And then I also know more or less which color I can use with that. And I picked a very simple or a very plain stencil to use for the back of my page, just to get some color on the page before I place the little cutouts that I've already made into stickers onto the page. So I'm just stenciling in a background. And yes, so the scripture says, a merry heart makes a face look cheerful. And in my Bible, it actually says there, I'm covering the scripture with tape so that I don't put color on it. A merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart, the spirit is broken. And I've been thinking this whole week, actually, how it's not really what happens to us that's important, but how we react and how much the world looks at us and looks at our reaction to circumstances and situations. And that really is what counts. And I think, the Lord looks at us as well. And everything we go through, He's watching to see how we react. And the world is watching to see how we react. And so do we put on a cheerful face, even when our hearts are sore? And, this month we're doing the month of gratitude, and gratitude causes our hearts to be grateful. Oh, I'd already stuck that on a piece of cardboard because you can't stick the sticker paper onto double-sided tape. And I'd forgotten to video that little piece. And then I'm just putting some ink around it before I put the double-sided tape on, just to raise it so that my picture's not completely flat. It's got a little bit of 3D in. Yes, so going back to what I was saying, do we reflect the goodness of Christ in our attitude, in our faces, in our actions, whether we feel good or not? It's not always about feelings. Feelings are not always the truth. So yeah, just something to reflect on. And I so enjoyed doing this little page, and I would love to see what you do with this printable as well. And yes, the season of gratitude, the PDF is available under files. You may print it out and use it as you wish. I would like to see what you do with that as well. Here I'm just gently pulling off the tape that I covered the scripture with, because I don't want to hurt it. And, I have pulled off scripture before. Here again, I'm sticking this onto card because I want to make it into a tab. So I just punch out the word happy there, and one of those gorgeous they look like dandelions. And later on, I decided I was actually going to pen in with one of my black fine liners, the dandelion, onto the picture. I didn't want to stick the white ones because I felt like it was too much white. And I'm just inking again around it just to blend it a little bit more. And then I decided to stick it actually on the side of the page, not on the top of the page, which you'll see I do later on. I somehow missed the part where I was fighting with that piece of washi, that gorgeous green washi. I was trying to tear it, and I was getting stuck to it, which was quite amusing. So yes, either I spoke over that, or I forgot to film it. Here I'm just drawing in some of those little dandelions because I thought it made a nice extra addition to the page. And I'm just realizing as I'm going through this video that I didn't even stamp here, which I love to stamp normally, but I contained myself and I didn't stamp as well. And then I'm just writing a little prayer. Father, Your joy is my strength. May I reflect your goodness in my countenance. My heart's cry.